Your life matters. Can I take just a moment and encourage you today? In a time of rampant suicide, where people are thinking that their life circumstances are hopeless, there's just no other way out, and maybe they don't see that their life is so precious and so incredibly valuable, I want to combat that lie with the truth. Your life matters. Maybe you need to share that with someone today, or share this video with someone today. I think of Ephesians chapter 2. Paul writes to the church at Ephesus. And Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." Now, as you may know, the New Testament was written in Greek, and Paul, as he writes this, for the word workmanship, he uses a great word, poiema. We are his workmanship, autugar esmen poiema. Now, what that means is workmanship, it's to be handcrafted. It's to be made by God. It implies something made for a special reason, a special purpose. Handcrafted, purpose and function. That's powerful. I mean, design is involved here, and Paul is saying we are his workmanship. We are God's workmanship. This means that you're no accident. God, in his infinite wisdom and his ability, so no matter what your story is, you're no accident. You have a purpose. That's good news. I mean, your life has value and it has meaning. This also has an implication here that from this passage, that before we were walking in sin according to our sinful nature, and way even back before sin was a thing, if we go all the way back to Genesis, before all of that, God had already planned good works for us to do, good works for us to fulfill. Again, this means that you and I have purpose. So when I read a verse like this and I sort of wrestle with poiema and I think of workmanship, the way my mind works, I think of a hammer or I think of a wrench. Something that's made for a specific purpose. It has a design in mind. Maybe even I think of a boat or an airplane. I think of function. That's kind of the way my mind works. But I was speaking with a friend recently who mentioned how the Passion Translation brings this verse to light. And so I looked into it. And I really appreciate what the translators are doing here. In Ephesians 2:10 in the Passion Translation, they render this, "We have become his poetry." Now think about that. That's pretty profound. My mind doesn't go there, but that is a great truth. We are his poetry, a recreated people that will fulfill the destiny he has given to each of us. For we are joined to Jesus, the Anointed One. Even before we were born, God planned in advance our destiny and the good works we would do to fulfill it. Poetry is a great way to think about what is being conveyed here by the Apostle Paul. Poetry is purposeful, it is expressive, it's individual, it's unique. And poetry does what only poetry can do in conveying emotion and purpose and intent. I hope that this message encourages you today. You are no mistake. Your life matters. It has value. You are made for a purpose. God has something special in mind for you. So here's my encouragement. Find out what that special thing is by spending time with your Creator, spending time with your Father.